Well, in June of '72, the Montgomery Airport Authority took over out here, and of course, first thing they had to do was look the place over and see what we had and what the airport really needed out here.
What did you find? What sort of shape was it in?
Well, it wasn't in the best shape, just to be very honest with you. You might say it had been a little neglected over the years. But that was mainly because it was just a department of the city, and there wasn't very much interest in the airport itself at that time. But after the airport authority took over, we started looking over everything, see what we needed. And of course, what we considered the biggest disgrace was the old open concourse, if you've ever seen that, where when you went out to meet somebody, you stood in the cold and the blowing rain and so forth. So our first priority was to enclose the concourse, make a nice hold room for the passengers, and fix that part of our problem. We had other problems, such as the open baggage area, where you had to stand in the cold and the rain to pick up your bags, and we decided we would fix that. Got that all fixed up. The airport authority itself needed offices, along with the FAA, so we built this whole entire upstairs section on the terminal building since we've been out here. The Delta and Southern ramp, where they park their aircraft, had been originally constructed for C-47 type aircraft, which are very light, and with the continual use of the jets, it was just crumbling. So we had to go in and spend $450,000 to rebuild that ramp. In all, since the Montgomery Airport Authority has taken over, we have spent better than $1,500,000 just in improvements to the terminal area itself.
Where does that money come from?
Okay, most of the money comes from the airlines, or it's paid to us in rent. For instance, for the new concourse area that we enclosed and built, the airlines rent that area for us for the amount of our monthly payment to the bank. Same thing goes for the baggage area. In other words, they're amortizing it over a 10-year period for us. So in effect, it's not costing us anything. For this office area, the same thing holds true with the federal government. They're paying us, I think it's $4 a square foot for this area, which was the going rate at that time.
Which takes care of the FAA and then leaves enough left over to take care of your offices.
Take care of our offices and to pay off our note at the bank. So in effect, those three projects haven't cost us anything out of our own pocket. But out of the west ramp job, the $450,000 job, that cost us about $125,000 out of our pocket, you might say, because that was federal matching funds, but of course we have to match the money to get the money. Every time you buy an airline ticket, you pay an 8% tax, a ticket tax they call it, and this money goes into the Airport and Airways Trust Fund, which, by the way, now has over $2 billion in it. And then this money comes back to the airports under the Airport Development Acceleration Program legislation on the federal matching money share.
What's in the future for Danley Field?
Well, we have done just about everything to the terminal building right now that we plan to do for, say, the next 10 years.
What about airport traffic? Is there any chance that Montgomery's Danley Field will take over some of the overflow on a regional basis from Atlanta?
Oh, there's a chance of it, but I don't see it in the near future. The airline situation is it's strictly a matter of economics. As I say when I make my little speeches at the civic clubs, when Montgomery can fill up an airplane to fly to Los Angeles every day, the airlines will fight to schedule it. In the meantime, we're all going to have to fly over to Atlanta and get on a big airplane and fly to Los Angeles, along with everybody from Pensacola and Tallahassee and every place else.
So Atlanta is still due to be the regional center from now on?
Atlanta is, as far as I can see, will be the regional center for years to come. Now, we may end up getting some overflow from it.
How about expansion of Dannelly Field?
Okay, our expansion, in accordance with our master plan, the master plan says that when we reach 175,000 aircraft operations, and an aircraft operation is either a landing or a takeoff, when we reach 175,000 operations a year, then we can build an additional runway. That our one runway should handle us up until that time. So our master plan is projecting that sometime around the 1990 to 1995 period, we'll reach this figure.